What's up, Bertini fam? So as you can see by the title of today's video, I need y'all's help in deciding on a new motorcycle. Now, this does not mean that I'm actually getting rid of my bike. This means that I'm buying a new bike, and I need y'all's help in deciding which bike to go with. Now, before we get into it, do me a big favor. If you have not yet clicked that subscribe button, go ahead and click that subscribe button right now. This way you can stay up to date on all my future content. With that being said, go ahead and roll the intro. All right, now there is a few bikes that I have in mind that I'm considering on purchasing. So the first bike that I'm considering purchasing is going to be a Harley-Davidson Sportster 88. Now, this is a bike that I actually like, and I know my bagger bros and Dyna bros are like, oh, come on, what are you saying right now? I get it. I get it. A lot of people don't like the bike. I do. I think it's a clean looking bike. I think it's a sexy looking bike. And so, yeah, it's on my list. And obviously, I would be doing the exact same thing that I've done with my bagger, and I would completely build out these bikes. So this Sportster would be completely decked out with all the best parts, the best components from the top manufacturers. So now that's bike number one. Bike number two is a Fat Bob. So another bike that I've had on my list for a while of bikes to consider. The bike is a really clean looking bike. I like the lines of the Fat Bob, and I like the mean and aggressiveness that the bike provides. So second bike is a Fat Bob. Next on the list is a Street Bob. Now, for those of you all who don't know, I used to own a Street Bob. It used to be in my collection, but we were gonna be moving to a property with 9 acres on it and didn't have a road to it. And I didn't want to destroy the bike, and the bike had a lot of power. And so what I did was I put the bike for sale. And so I ended up selling the Street Bob. But I've always missed that bike. Actually, it's probably up there in my list of favorite bikes I've ever owned. That's how much I love that bike. Now, next on my list of bikes is actually, are you ready for it? A Sportster S. That is actually on my list of bikes to potentially pick up. Now, obviously, it being very new to the market, let's say what's up to the Rada. Say hey, hey. I know it is completely new to the market, and so there's not a huge aftermarket for it just yet, but that doesn't mean that the brands that I work with wouldn't be willing to make some stuff for me up that could potentially go on y'all's Sportster S's. Obviously, if there's a market for it, it is potentially something that we can go ahead and make happen. Now, before I tell you about the other bikes that I'm interested in purchasing or potentially purchasing, I'm actually going to go ahead and stop and get something to eat. I'm craving some pretzels, specifically pretzels. Ooh, that's a nice Camaro, Z01. I'm specifically craving a German pretzel or a pretzel in general with some mustard. That is my jam. And when you're craving something, you got to go ahead and go grab a bite to eat. By the way, I'm really liking these gauges. They're very, very, very nice. They really need bike parking out here. Well, we can make some. By the way, if you're ever in Central Florida area, specifically Claremont, come and check out the Claremont Brewing Company. They have a pretty dope spot here. So this is the jam I was telling y'all about. Make sure if you come here to CBC, you try these things out. I love them, especially with the Dijon, the spicy Dijon mustard. They're absolutely amazing. Never disappoints. All right, let's go ahead, get back on the road and continue talking bikes. All right, so on to the next bike. So the next bike on my list is a BMW 1000 RR. Now I know that is a sport bike, but it is a beautiful bike. It's really quick, and there is some stuff that I can do to it to make it even better. Now I'm not too crazy on the idea of getting a sport bike, but I do like the fact that it'll be bringing a different style of motorcycle to the channel. Now the other bike on my list is a Ducati V4 S. Now this is a bike that I've been eyeing for quite some time now. Not even to ride it, to be frank, more so because I love the look of it. In fact, I love the look of it so much, like I'd buy this bike and put it in my house, like inside the house, as like Art Deco, like literal art. That's how beautiful I think that that bike is that I would even consider not even riding it. I would just leave it in my house. Okay, all kidding aside, yes, I would obviously ride the bike. I would obviously hook up and modify the bike, but I'm just saying that's how much I love the bike and love the look of the bike. It is that pretty. It's just so sexy to me. Anyways, that is my options on the table. Those are the bikes that I'm considering potentially buying, but I need the community's help. I need you guys to tell me, am I making the right decision? Or Are these the bikes I should be considering? Should I be considering more bikes? Should I be considering alternative bikes? I need you all to let me know what should be my next bike that I buy. Keeping in mind, of course, that I'm going to deck that thing out. I'm going to give it all the bells and whistles money can throw at it. I'm planning to do a lot of crazy stuff to whatever bike that I end up with. So I need you guys to keep that in mind when you guys are giving me suggestions on what bike I should end up going with. So do me a favor, let me know in the comment section down below what bike you think I should go with. And if you don't mind even giving me like a little bit of a blurb as to why, that would be even more helpful. All your comments are going to be taken into consideration before I make this purchase. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below on which bike I should choose. With that being said, I appreciate all the love and support you guys have been showing me. Do me a big favor, if you have not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, show me some love and support and click that subscribe button right now. It really does help out my channel. Lastly, and most importantly, make sure you're putting out good energy into the world and you're paying it forward. I'll check y'all out later. Bye now.